Draymond, that was the first time you faced Zion. Can you just kind of describe the defensive challenge and how you think you guys did on that tonight?
I think we did okay. He still finished with 32 points. Got to the free throw line 11 times. But I think we did a pretty good job, all things considered. He's a force down, especially once he gets the ball in the paint. He knows what he's good at. He don't take many threes. I think he may have took 2 or 3 tonight. Uh, but he likes to get to his spot, get to that left hand and finish. Incredible player. But I think everybody who was on him at some point tonight did a great job and battled. And most importantly, we as a team did a good job. But be a good player in this league for a long time.
What's kind of like the strategy when you're going against a guy like that, where he's not looking to take the jumper, but he's really good at getting downhill. You're kind of trying to not foul but be physical.
You're just trying to beat him to the spot. Like you said, you know where he's going. And saying that, everybody in the league knows where he's going. And, I think he averaged 26, 27 points. So it's no surprise. He's not out there tricking you. He's putting his head down and getting his spot, and you got to respect that. But for me personally, just try to make him take tough shots over me. You see a lot of guys when they're defending him, he make his move and they just stop. You got to continue to pursue. You can't stop on the first move. And so just always, no matter what moves he makes, just trying to make him take a tough shot and finish over me. And if he finishes, you live with the results and go back the other way.
Steve said that this may have been your guys' best game as far as executing a game plan tonight. What do you think of that assessment?
I think we did a very good job of executing the game plan. I thought we had some couple turnovers that we could take away, and that's a huge part of the game, is not turning the ball over and letting a young team get out in transition. They're very dangerous when they're doing that. So we had a couple of them that we could take away. But I thought on some of them, even when we turned the ball over, we got back and was still able to get our defense set. But overall, I thought it was a great job of executing the game plan. Now, we got to come back and do that tomorrow.
Draymond, you guys always have an advantage with Steph on the floor because of how great a player he is. But specific to the way he's playing now and the fact that it's looking like you're going to be in that play-in tournament, how much of a mental advantage is having him and having all these teams have to watch him continue to pour in whatever bucket seemingly he wants?
Anytime you step on the floor with Steph Curry, there's an advantage there. Teams are terrified of him, and everywhere he runs on the floor, with or without the ball, teams are terrified. And, with that type of gravity, he pull a lot of weight, and even when he's not the one, I could be the one making the pass, but it's him creating for other guys, and that's very important. With the way he's playing, for another 41-point night, very tough to stop. And as I said before, I wouldn't want to see a team with Steph Curry on there. We all know what he's capable of. A guy can take over a game and make it hard for any team in the NBA. On any given night. So, we just got to continue to try to get better. Everybody continue to chip in and do what they're doing. Andrew Wiggins had a huge game today. He stepped up to the challenge defensively against BI, and he also brought it offensively. So, we had a lot of guys step up tonight. And like I said earlier, we got to, come back and do it again tomorrow.
Draymond, specifically on Andrew, you and Steph take a seat at the end of 3 quarters. You guys are up 15, and he scores the first 10 points for your team in the 4th quarter. And you guys come back, get the same lead. How important was that stretch of games where Andrew really was getting buckets?
It was very important. I actually said to him before we left the huddle, "Hey, man, take over the game right now." Because I knew, if we're able to just hold on to the lead right there, the game's kind of over, for that stretch. And, he went out there, attacked, got every shot that he wanted, didn't settle. And it was great to watch. And, everybody else fell in line, did their part, and we were able to hold that lead for that time.
Draymond, James here with BNC Sports. You guys put 39 points up on the board in the first quarter. You provide a triple-double. Just talk about the foundation and how that set the tone for the game.
I think the way we came out definitely set the tone. We came out, got stops defensively, and we push the ball in transition. And that's who we want to be. You want to get stops. You don't want to play against a set defense every time. You don't get stops. You're facing a set defense every time, and I don't give a damn who you have on the floor. That's tough. When you're playing against a set defense every single play. That's a well-coached team. They're disciplined. So that was key. And to start that first quarter like that, I think we were up 39-19 or 31-20, 39-21 or something like that at the end of the first quarter. That was a big way for us to start that game, and we kind of kept it going for the most part. Obviously, they made a couple runs. That's just the game of basketball. But for the most part, we kept it going for the whole 48.
Hey, Trey, good to see you. Steph, I was wondering, of all the amazing things he's done this year, do you have a favorite performance of his or MVP kind of moments out of all of them?
Man. Shit, that's a lot of moments. I mean, I don't know, man. That's tough. Although we didn't win, I thought he was incredible that Boston game. And I think for me, my favorite would probably be the Philly game, simply because he had just said publicly, like, the guy I struggle with most guarding me is Steph. And, that's a different mental, that's a different type of thing mentally. You're facing your younger brother. He's on the better team at the moment. Obviously, their record is much better than ours. And you got all of these things going. And to top it all off, Steph starts the game incredibly bad. Turnover after turnover, miss after miss. And then to get it going, I think he may have finished with 40 plus, if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere around there. That had to be my favorite moment, because that's just like, like I said, I don't know what it's like to face a younger brother on the floor, but I know what it was like for my older brother to face me anytime we played, and although he may beat me, that extra, that he'll beat me because I'm his younger brother, and there's something about your older brother that's just it's like mentally they're just not going to let you win. And so, to watch him come out that way and, completely turn around and have the game he had against Philly, that's probably my favorite.
How do you
Hi,
think?
Draymond.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, Draymond. Tonight was a special night for the NBA. So how do you feel about becoming tonight's first winner of this Marvel Arena of Superheroes, which means that basically you become a superhero tonight too?
I'm excited as hell. My kids were home watching the Marvel telecast, where they were, and for me to be the hero of the game, that's pretty cool. And they said I get to line up with the Avengers. Like, my son loves Avengers, so that was pretty cool. I'm not one for. I'm not one to kind of go all in on individual awards or accolades. And obviously this isn't like some crazy accolade, but just for me, to have, 3 children and, the first Marvel game and, to win the hero of the game, that's pretty cool. 'Cause I know my kids are watching it and they loved it. I got back to my phone. I had 2 voice notes from DJ. Like, Daddy, you were the superhero of the game. Good job. And then he's also telling me I shouldn't have been sitting on the scores table doing the interview. I know better than that, so that, it was just, it was that's a real cool thing, to just have kids watching that and understand how much they love Marvel and Avengers and all of that stuff. And, to win that was pretty cool.
And Draymond, regarding Steph, what do you think he's been like as a leader with the guys through the ups and downs this season? How do you think that compares to other years, just knowing how the group dynamic is so different than it was before?
I think the energy that he brings every single night, every day, no matter how good it's going, how bad it's going, has been incredible, because it gives all these guys something to look to. When a guy can be struggling, and you look to Steph and he's still got confidence in you. He's still right there, pulling for you and telling you to come on. I think his leadership has been amazing. And like I said, it hasn't mattered whether we was on a 3 or 4 game losing streak or a 4 game winning streak. His energy has been incredible, consistent. His approach has been consistent, and it's been an incredible leader to follow, not only for the young guys but for myself as well.
How come you can't sit on the scorer's table, man? How come you can't sit on the scorer's table?
I don't know, man. I guess I tell my son not to sit on the table. So he like, well, Dad, you better get your ass off the table too. I guess that's why I can't sit there, man.